So now when you put on the headphones, can you hear what I sound like sitting back here on the stool talking?
Yeah.
So ask me, what's my address, my name?
You don't have an address. You don't live anywhere.
3130 29th Street.
No, that's wrong.
Actually, it's true, and it's on my ID, man.
Okay, just because it's on your ID, but you don't live there. Who lives there now,
I
actually?
did. I don't know.
That's a question I really want to know, because, you have that address on your ID, but you
State
definitely
ID.
do not live there.
And that's why...
Wait, how long has it been since you even actually lived in Colorado?
Year and a half.
Okay, so for almost 2 years, that has not been your address.
Well, that's why when I, because, I don't know, I'm sure nobody's listening to this, but if you do, you probably know either one of us. So that's why I started going by Shawn, is because my ID says Shawn Kinnear, and I kept introducing myself as Josh, and they're looking at my ID, with my hair all cut off, everyone knows my hair used to be fucking down to wherever. So all my hair's cut off. It's an out-of-state ID. And they're like, what's your address, sir? This happened to me more than once. 3130 29th Street. They're just like, all right, sir, we're calling the police. Twice it's happened. Where I just sit there and wait for the cops to come because I'm just like, I know it's my real ID. I know it's...
Wait, so you actually had to sit and wait for the police to come because, they didn't believe that it was your ID?
Well, but, and the thing is that... both times I got a bunch of free booze out of the places. They gave me these big fat gift cards. Because they felt bad because I sat there when they're like, sir, we're keeping your ID, and I was just like, well, no, you're not keeping my ID because I have I have stuff to do and places to be, and I need my ID to make that happen. And so they're just like, well, we're going to call the police. And I was like, well, please do. I'll sit here politely outside.
If you're going to do it, do it now.
Yeah, no. Well, no. I was like, I'll sit here politely, calmly, wait outside for the police to come. And then that always shocked them. They were just like, oh.
I know, because that actually happened. That actually happened to Star. So, we went to this place called Peanuts in downtown Naperville. And I give them my ID, the doorman. Mm-hmm. And, he looks at it, gives it back. Hers is a state ID too. It's not a driver's license. And she gives it to him, and he looks at it, and then he looks back at her, and he's just like, "Hold on." And I'm just like, "Oh my god, this shit's about to." All right.
This is about to become a thing.
I was but then he's like, I need to go get the manager, and I'm just like, oh, okay, so then this is gonna be fine because he's gonna go get the manager who's gonna tell this guy oh, you're an idiot. This is an ID. Well, I don't know what you thought this was, but you're an idiot. So that's what I was thinking was about to happen. He's going to go get the manager. Manager knows what's up. He's going to be like, you're a fucking dumbass. Let them in. But that's not at all what happened. It's not what happened.
All right.
So guy comes out, and he's just like, you can't have this. And I look at him because he's telling Star she can't have this. And I'm like, what the fuck did you just... I went like this, all fucking, standing... fucking straight up, and I'm looking at this guy all smug, what
do you mean he can't have this? This,
he was saying no. He's saying she can't have this. He's going, you can't have this because it's a fake ID.
She can't have this.
Right. I was what?
See, I'm agreeing with you.
Right, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? And I just went right from all ready to just get in this guy's face, and be like, told you, to just oh, what the fuck? And I was just immediately so mad, and I'm like, what do you mean she can't have this? She's like, you can't have this. This is a fake ID. And I'm like, the fuck it isn't. I was about to get into a bar fight with the manager of the bar before I even got in. And then he's just there's literally a cop right down the street.
Okay.
And not even fully down the street, a door
and you're like, no,
away.
Let's get him over here. Let's get him.
Well, he was just I should be calling the police. And I'm just like, yeah,
there's
do
one right
it.
There.
And I just that's what I was like. Yeah, there's one right. You know what? I'm just gonna go get him myself really quick. And he's just like, you know what? No, just take it and get out of here. I'm like, no. I mean, yes, we are gonna take it, but we're not gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go get the police really quick.
I'm Derek, and I'm gonna get my way, even if it's 3 different ways. All at once.
That's what happened. I went over there and I made the cop go up and tell that guy that he was wrong.
You just DP'd the hell out of the fucking
Yeah. But then we still
law
just
system.
didn't go there because, like, fuck that place and fuck those people. But I just needed to make sure.
Do you want to give a
that the
shout
cop-
out to the people that don't go shop there?
Oh, yeah, Peanuts. It's a piece of shit, and all the people there are fucking morons.
All right, good
So-
to know. That's our first official sponsor, guys.
Yeah.
Coming in heavy.
Fucking morons? I don't know. Everyone's a fucking moron.
Yeah.
But
It's a
that's
given.
just, yeah, I just needed to make sure that the cops, like, went up to this guy and told him he was wrong. Like, I told the cop to do it. Because, he didn't want to. He looked pretty lazy because all cops are lazy. And he just, but I, like, literally made him walk the 30 feet over to fucking do what I wanted him to do to make that guy look like a bitch.
I got to tell this real quick because I don't think Derek actually knows this story. So when I was living, so this was Memorial Day weekend back in Boulder, Colorado, when I was living there. And so, like I said, ID says Shawn Kinnear. It's an old address, 3130 29th Street. Hair's chopped off at this point. I look completely not real. Like I just like, you look at the ID and I can understand why any person who's trying to do their job might be like, give some hesitancy.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was this like fresh, bright-eyed young man, probably just like fucking 17 years old. And he checks my ID and he's like, I need to go show the manager. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, fine. Like, I got nowhere to be. Like, whatever. Like, the bus comes every 15 minutes. Like, whatever, fine. Whatever. And so he goes to get the manager. And the manager is apparently another new girl who's getting trained.
Oh.
And so he shows it to
By
her. He shows it to her. She's like, and I was like, no, ma'am, listen, like, it's not a fake ID, blah, blah, blah. Like, I need you. So she goes to get to, like, the actual
I'm gonna go get the
real
CEO.
Well, she goes to get, like, because it's, like, a big, like, right on the center of Pearl Street. Like, this is, like, right next to the bus stop down there in Boulder.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically they went to go get the manager, and I was just being, like, incredibly patient. Just like, whatever. I'm just trying to get some beer. Like, not a big deal. And the manager comes back, and he's like, look, buddy, so here's the deal. I know that your ID is real, and I've seen it a bunch of times, and I'm giving it back to you, and he handed me back my ID. However, we do have to call the police because 2 associates have not been sure of your ID's credibility. So these 2 people looking, like, he brought it to his manager, and he was just like trying to explain the semantics and the bureaucracy to me, and he's just like, so because he saw it and was and then he showed it to her and she was and then now she showed it to me and I was like, yeah, it doesn't matter that I'm saying yeah, because the 2 ends make like a, we have to call the police on you.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, fucking fine. All right, fine, whatever. I'll just sit here. And he's like, the whole time the manager's like, I'm so sorry. Like, here, he was giving me gift cards for, like, you know, free booze and shit from there. I'm sitting there, I'm just like, whatever. I'm just going through the works now. Because I know that as soon as the police officer gets there, this situation is going to be handled. He's going to run it through his little scannery, whatever thing. And he's going to hand me my ID, and we're all going to go about our way and have a wonderful day. And everyone's going to say sorry, and it's going to be nice. So the guy shows up, and he is about a foot and a half taller than me. With like what it's like the haircut that like you didn't get into the military but like you wanted to be there your whole life type deal.
Right.
And he looks at my ID and he's like takes it back to his car. And I'm just waiting, like I'm like pleasant, like I'm having a good day, so like I'm not even fucking mad at anybody. And the guy just looks at it, comes back, and he's like, this is a fake ID. And I was just like, well, it's not. I can tell you it's not. I'm using it to fly across the country. I know that it's not a fake ID.
Wait, the cop said that?
Yeah, the cop got the big
what?
fucking tall, like, I have the haircut of like I've watched too many fucking cop movies.
And he's saying that it's so he went out to his car, scanned it, and comes back and says it's fake.
And he's holding it in his hand.
Or did he just not scan? He just went out to his car
he's holding it in his hand, and he's looking at me, and he's like, and this is all, I'm not making this up, man. Fucking, he's holding it, and he's looking at me, and he's like, this is fake. And I was like, well, all right, look, officer, like, it's not fake, and I just need to know how to resolve this as quickly as possible. So, like, do I come down with you? Because, like, I was like, I'll get in your car and, like, drive down to, like, the jail or whatever you guys have here in Boulder. Like, whatever the fuck you guys do.
The police station.
Yeah, whatever. Like, we'll get this sorted out because the bottom line is that you're holding... I literally told him this. Like, bottom line is, like, you're holding my ID and I can't take it out of your hands. And you seem unwilling to give it to me. So I need to, like, rectify
Make you give it back in,
I need
like,
to rectify
a legal,
this situation.
not direct
I don't wanna
confrontational manner.
And it's like, I get it's Memorial Day weekend. You guys are busy as hell. You guys have better things to do. So how do we figure this out so that I walk away with my ID and that everything is just fine? And
you just, like, get
and
fucked.
He fucking takes my ID and he's like, you know what? I should have chopped this up.